Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Racing Bros NASCAR podcast. Episode 39, the season finale, just like it was in Phoenix with Kyle Larson taking the championship from Truex, Hamlin, and Chase Elliott. So, as always, I'm with my co-host, Brian. Brian, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. Kind of upset that the season's over now, and honestly, I already can't wait to see what happens with the next gen cars and everything that changes.
See, I'm glad because this season was garbage. Like, just totally, just kidding. Totally kidding. Yeah, the season was great, man. Just
Yes.
a lot of different stuff with the schedule changing. Some records broken. A new champion. It's just like it was a lot of things that were changing. So, I mean, we're not gonna have much analysis in the race because, I mean, kind of like the first two stages didn't matter. It was coming down the last 30 or so laps. I think was Truex leading or was it Hamlin?
Yep.
So Truex was leading. Last 30 laps on a back marker, David Starr. Car broke. I think it was like a brake rotor. They went out for debris. Also with this race, me and Brian watched it together. We were in the same place to watch. So we came over my place and we watched a nice race together. It was a great time.
Absolutely.
First race we watched together since like Sonoma. So long time. But the person who won Sonoma also won this race. So I guess whenever we get together, it's going to be a Kyle Larson win confirmed. But yeah, it was the last 30 laps. They went in for pit road, and Larson's crew had their fastest stop of the year and got him up front, and he never looked back. Truex hounded him. Hamlin tried all the way towards the top lane, but just couldn't get to him. Kyle Larson was too fast and clean air, so Kyle Larson wins his 10th race of the year and the championship. Probably the most deserving championship like out there for him. Like, no one else probably should have won it except for him. So, deserving champion, no matter how you feel about Kyle Larson or whoever, what your opinions on him, but he deserved the championship, and he did it. He won the first championship with the number 5 car in 25 years. So you gotta know Rick Hendrick and Jeffy is gonna feel all nice and warm in there that their boy got the championship for the number 5 car. You know, a lot of history was made this year. Maybe a lot of final faces we've seen. Maybe the last race we've seen of Rocket Man, Ryan Newman. We all know from the Daytona crash. Glad that he was alive and that he could finish out the year strong in 2020. 2021 didn't go as well, but he finished it out on his terms. If this is the last race we see Rocket Man in a NASCAR, he probably raced somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I could see him racing fucking lawnmowers, like in some back lot just to race because, you know, it's Ryan Newman. Of course he's going to race. But if this is the last NASCAR start, thank you, Rocket Man, you know, for all the memories. I know Brian is a big fan of old Newman. So,
Indeed.
Anything you want to say to Ryan that you hear on this small podcast? Yeah, we're going to send this directly. No, see, Ryan Newman doesn't even know what a podcast is, so like we're gonna put this on a DVD and then mail it to his house. No, we gotta put it on a VCR, so he can actually watch it like tape. Oh shit, I gotta rewind this. How do we do this again? I like how I'm making Ryan like Newman's an old man, but he's like an engineering degree. He's like way smarter than I am, and I'm just like, yeah, he's a fucking buffoon. Like, he's just like, he's living in 1995. He's a fucking buffoon. But probably Newman's like super techie and shit like that.
Yeah, right?
Just not like a social media guy. He's just probably like, doing actually cool shit instead of like on Twitter.
Yeah, but as for the one of two drivers that I've looked up to pretty much the entire time that I've watched NASCAR when I was younger, and then, I took that pretty long break, but then ended up coming back. Newman and Jimmy Johnson were the two drivers that I was like always, hey, look, there's, I like that car. But yeah, no, I mean, to know that both of my favorite drivers are now, well, we'll see about Newman, but gonna be retired from NASCAR Cup. It's just, it burns a little. It's probably like how some people felt about. I'm just gonna say other drivers because I don't want to bring tears out. No, well, no, I'll just say it. Like Jeff Gordon, there was probably Tony Stewart had some fans out there that were kind of upset when he retired.
Yeah, I know my dad was. He's a big Tony Stewart guy. And then
Dale Jr. I mean, the list goes on, but it's always something that you don't look forward to when you're growing up. And
so, in honor of Newman, we don't see, like, how he's with the Coca-Cola family, and like every picture he's ever taken in his life, he's had a Coke. Well, this one's for you, Newman. We got a nice Sprite for you. Coca-Cola product. I don't have Coke on me, so a nice Coca-Cola product for Newman. I know green can. Newman only likes red cans over there. But
out of respect for Newman, I'm gonna go get a Coke tomorrow because I don't have any in my house.
Yeah, sorry. I got Sprite this week. Don't kill me, Newman. He's like,
water.
Sprite? What is that? Sparkling water? Get this garbage.
Water. Oh man!
Yeah, but if that's Newman's last race. But we know one team's last race was also Sunday. Shout out to Chip Ganassi Racing. I have a friend that's a big Chip Ganassi Racing fan. I don't know. He's probably sad on Sunday to see his favorite team go. So Chip Ganassi, been a long-standing NASCAR for 20 years. Just Chip Ganassi Racing, but it also has remnants of DEI and Sobco Racing. So a lot of history with that team, but it's gonna be weird not seeing the 42 car out there. The one car is gonna go to Trackhouse, so we'll still see the one car. But yep, Chip Ganassi Racing is no more, so won't be seeing that nice 42 font and stuff like that out there. It's kind of weird that Chip Ganassi closes while Kyle Larson, their hottest prospect, the one where he got a start at Chip Ganassi, wins the championship on the day of his selling. He got a lot of money for it, but just kind of weird. It's like ironic that happens. So last of that, and then the Gen 6 car, very controversial car. One thing though that changed like kind of like how the look of the car, because we went from the Gen 5 car that looked like this boxy piece of shit COT car to like this. It looked like a stock car. It looks like the car you could buy in the showroom and stuff. And so it did that. Very controversial races. I know there's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of different packages seemingly every year with this car. And some people loved it, some people hated it. There's always going to be two sides to the coin. It brought on some memorable races that I'll remember. So shout out also to Gen 6. You get a Sprite as well. Yeah. And then last time in the Cup Series for the 5 lug nut stops, it was kind of when we were watching it when there's like 30 laps to go and they're coming down the pit road, I kind of turned to Brian. I'm like, in the Cup Series, this is probably the last time we're going to see this right here. So both watched it. I mean, it's not like we didn't watch it. The pit road car,
Right.
but like, yeah, just like it was kind of weird seeing like, it's probably the last time we'll see this in Cup Series. I mean, Xfinity and trucks are still going to do it, but it's just like, that's weird.
It's almost like it's just not the same though.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna miss the like hearing that gun, the pit road gun, be like, wow, 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 wow. And then if anyone ever says they have a loose wheel, oh god, literally like one lug, like it's just like, oh, okay, but yeah, last time we see that, last time for H pattern, like the H pattern shifter. So it's only 4 gears, but now they're going sequential 5 gears. Getting more modern with the times. And then, yeah, we're getting a whole new car that no one has ever experienced. So,
yeah,
it's going to be... And then we're going to a track we never experienced. Like, we never would even think of going to the Coliseum for the Clash on February 6th. Like, when's the last time you were hyped for the Clash? Like, I'm sorry, like, when I seen the Clash on TV, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. NASCAR's back. But, like, I mean, that in tune. Dude, I'm watching every freaking lap right there. Like, I'm watching practice if they got fucking practice on that. Like, if there's practice at the Coliseum on TV, oh, hell yeah. I'm watching that shit. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing all those cars on that small of a track in the Coliseum. I hope that place is packed and screaming and, hopefully it's all good. And
I'm sure it's going to be.
And then we gotta pour one out, another Sprite, to Starcom Racing, who sold their charter to, it's unknown who, but it's probably Spire. They sold their charter, so Starcom will be no more. I hope all those crew guys and engineers and whoever worked at Starcom get good jobs and get back to work and stuff like that. Hate when something closes down. And then our boy Quinn Houff finds a ride. I know he had a lot of fun with Quinn over the year, but it was pretty cool with me and Brian getting that email from their PR lady to have him on. Like, they emailed us, which is still crazy to me. Like, why?
Right.
Like,
after 4 episodes.
Like, again, why? We had like 3 downloads, and they're like, yeah. So, just shout out. I mean, they didn't have to do that, but it was just like, it was so.
That was amazing.
I know he went on like 12 different podcasts, and he was just like, oh, these guys, whatever. But yeah, it was just cool, to have him on. So, big appreciation for Quinn. Such a cool guy. We were still learning how to do this and asking the right questions, and I basically blasted the man. I was basically like, so Daytona sucked, what happened?
Yeah.
So we're still getting our feet wet with all that, and it was cool to have him on, just like telling my family like, oh, I'm gonna interview a NASCAR driver. Like, because I didn't even tell him about the podcast. Oh, I'm like, oh, yeah, me and Brian are going to do too. This is fine. Like, why do I even bring this up? Like, they're not going to care. And then Quinn Houff's like, oh, yeah, I'll be on your podcast. So then I told my parents, like, oh, I do this thing called a podcast. And I explained what a podcast was. And I'm like, yeah, it's basically on the internet, but radio. But, like, not radio. Because we're not boomers. But I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, yeah. And then we're going to interview a NASCAR driver. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. And, listen to it. They're like, oh, that was awesome. Kind of jump-started it. I guess, like, that episode, you can kind of look back at it, and we're just like, it's kind of what kept us going. Because I'm like, dude, if we get a NASCAR driver, I'm like, episode 4, we're going to get Rick Hendrick on 22. Like, come on, man. We're going to have fucking Kyle Busch in my living room. Like, that would be insane. Yeah. That would be an insane reveal. And I'm like, and I turn to the door, and Kyle Busch walks through my door just casually. It's like, hello.
That'll be the day when we're in a studio or something.
Yeah, he is also drinking a Sprite. He's like, oh, do you mind this? I took this Sprite from the fridge. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, Kyle. I won't tell M&M's that you're not drinking M&M's juice.
M&M's juice. Oh man.
That's what he has to drink. I mean, I know he has this little energy drink company called Rowdy Energy, but no, he has to drink M&M's juice. Samantha has to put M&M's in a blender every day, and then put his M&M's in a nice cup, M&M branded cup, while he's wearing his M&M PJs, or maybe he can get PJs from Denny Hamlin. They share them. Domino's gave the whole team some PJs, and he's like, sweet Denny. I can't let my M&M's people see though. They hate Domino's. Or no, he has to put M&M's on his Domino's pizza. Well, he's in his Domino's. Okay, this is getting ridiculous.
This is getting too far.
Oh, but yeah, Quinn, thank you again for coming on the show. What if he was like a listener? Like, what if he's just like, I listen to every episode? I'd be like, what? Why?
That'd be awesome.
Like, what if he went to a race next year and he's like, oh, those are the Racing Bros podcast, boys. What's up, guys? Hey, that episode 37 was pretty good. I was like, what? This man. Dude.
Oh, man. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So, I know it's been a wild year, like, professionally. Like, I guess, again, this is so weird to call it kind of like a profession, but there's, like, actual people every week that download and listen to this. Again, not knowing why, because this is pretty trash, but we do it for you
They
guys.
don't think so, obviously.
I know. Like, it's just weird to me, like, because we see, like, all the fucking analytics and stuff. It's just, like, weird. Like, I can just, like, I'm talking from my bedroom in my city in Ohio, and like some dude from fucking Iowa, like, making dinner is like listening to me. It's just like, what? This is weird. Shout out to the dude in Iowa. But I can't wait to just listen to it. It's like, that's me, guy.
That would be funny.
Again, he doesn't know there's multiple people in Iowa. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's just it's been a crazy year again. And then we got actual sponsorship dollars. I mean, we got $12 from Instacart. But hey, that's $12 richer than we were before. You know what I spent that $12? I don't even know. Probably the Sprite. So thanks Instacart for the Sprite that I could shout out Ryan Newman for. See, product placement. If you guys look on YouTube, you'll see my Sprite in the corner with the full logo. So look at that. I'm Ryan Newman in it with the product placement. But yeah, it's been a crazy year. I know we're fucking rambling and no one cares about this, but I mean, we're not going to recap the race because, like, no one cared about the first two stages. If you want to know, Chase Elliott won stage 1. Guess what they got him? Nothing. So there you go. There's your analysis. But we do have to rate the race. We still got to do that. But just wanted to shout out. Just a quick shout out. 85% of this podcast has been a shout out to someone. But, just quick shout outs to those people and everyone. And, yeah. This Sprite is for you. So, another point to the Sprite. But now we got to rate the race. So, I thought it was a pretty decent race. I liked the resin instead of the PJ1 for Phoenix. I think they're pretty, like, 2 lanes. Eventually they went all up high, but it was, like, much later in the race. So, that was a pretty good race. I would rather have Homestead, but this race at Phoenix will do today. Well, not today, Sunday, but should change to Homestead. Again, decent race. I will rate it. Well, I guess it was more than decent because I'm going to say good race. So 70. I gave him a nice 70 out of 100, 7 out of 10. Nice clap. Good job, Phoenix. And yeah.
That's exactly what I rated it. I put
Wow.
it at a 70.
Wow, it's like almost we talked like before.
Yeah, almost like we talked about it on Sunday. No.
Well, Brian, we were supposed to stay silent and keep our opinions to ourselves the entire race, and then you immediately walk out the door after the victory celebration, and we never talk.
And just bow and walk out.
Yeah, just bow to like no one. No,
Oh yeah, but it was a pretty good race though.
yeah, it's not bad. Phoenix, pretty good race.
It started off kind of slow, I will admit it. There was some back and forth, and then honestly, that last stage kind of put it all together. It looked like a championship 4 at the end.
Well, yeah,
So
1, 2, 3, 4, gotta be.
yeah,
But we might not have a lot of analysis during it because maybe during stage 1 we were watching something else.
it's okay because we were watching the stage, and it just like
Yeah, we were watching it, but it just like
as soon as it cut to commercial, we were boom onto another.
Yeah, it was at least 5 to 10 minutes we were watching this intriguing NFL game.
Yeah,
So we were watching it, even though we're not fans of either team. If you're watching the Minnesota and Baltimore game, we were watching that, and we do not like either team. Hey, Baltimore! I wonder if my dude Peter was watching. I don't even know if he likes the Ravens. So I'll ask him. Probably be like, no, boo. I know he likes the Dodgers. Who does he like in football? I don't know. Does he even like football? He probably doesn't. Wow.
he's a Miami type of guy.
No. He likes the Jazz for NBA. He likes all kinds of teams. Yeah. Because one of his, stream things are, John Stockton puts the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals. I'm like, oh, God. Okay, Peter. But, yeah, enough of him. I don't want to talk about him. But, yeah, just a decent race overall. Just can't complain. Fine. Good. But, yeah, wish it was Homestead. But I know this is this is going to be a shorter podcast. I mean, we really don't have that much analysis. We have a couple news items we can talk about. That's pretty much it. And then, so this is our last normalist podcast with race analysis and then actual analysis instead of me shouting out people for 17 straight minutes. And then actual race analysis, and we answer the questions. We ain't got no question to answer. Cool. Did Kyle Larson win the championship? Yes. Did he deserve so? Sure, he won the race. Okay, good job. Check.
Good job.
All right, Brian has the same answer, so.
Yeah.
But this is the last kind of main format where we got the race analysis and then the questions, and we talk about the news, and then we review or preview the race. And, yeah. We ain't got no race to preview. We can preview the Coliseum in November. Okay, what do you think is going to happen, Brian? The teams
20-car pileup.
all the seats aren't even filled in NASCAR, but we're going to talk about analysis right now. But
yeah, right.
So this is our last one of the year. Oh, our Sprite for us, Brian. Sprite for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our last main kind of podcast where I'm not rambling for 27 minutes. Sorry, my camera froze for a second. It was kind of weird. I was looking at my cell phone like, wait, what? Why am I not moving? But we're all good now. Yeah, this is our last main podcast. We're reviewing the race and doing all that. So, episode 39, this is our last one. We are going to take a couple weeks off. I'm going to say at least 2. We'll let you know. Hopefully you guys, are still here when we come back. We're gonna do a lot of off-season episodes. A lot of NASCAR on Reddit off-season type of questions. Like, if Brad Keselowski was a type of dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would he be and why?
A T-Rex. No.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Definitely a Stegosaurus. Calm down. But yeah, that's we're just gonna be more laid back, and we're like, hey, this guy is going over here. Whoa, crazy, bro. Okay, no race. All right, bye. We're still alive. But yeah, so thank you guys for the amazing year. We didn't think we'd get this far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we have to actually do another one. So, thanks for the future work that you're putting on us that we're gonna have to do. So, thank you guys for actually listening and downloading. So now we gotta, do stuff now. Like, we could have just ended. Fine, no one would care. Like, maybe 4 people would care, but now a lot of people are like, hey, where are those guys? Well, they probably wouldn't really care. They'd be like, oh, okay. But we are coming back. It'll be a couple weeks, so we're gonna put a Sprite out to you guys. You know, all the listeners right there. I should get like alcohol.
You're gonna have no Sprites left.
No, I'm just using the same Sprite.
Oh, okay.
That's already open and half drank. I'm like, yeah, you get some too, buddy. I'm like,
everybody gets a cap full.
No, if you don't believe in religion, black out your ears right now. I'm like Jesus out here giving the fish to the 5,000 people. You know, that is the Sprite. Like, I'm giving 1 can of Sprite to at least 7 people to share. No, a half drinking Sprite. So 6 ounces of Sprite. Oh wait, it's a 12. Okay, good job, me. 6 ounces of Sprite to 7 people, so everyone can have a little less than an ounce of Sprite. But, and we should just name this episode Sprite. We are not endorsed by Sprite whatsoever. It's just. But like,
hey, Sprite, if you want to endorse us, just let us know.
Yeah. Finger pointing. But yeah, no, it's just my girlfriend likes Sprite. That was the only reason I have it in the fridge. I'm like, okay, I drink whatever. Like, I want some Mr. Pibb action. No, we gotta get the off-brand ones, like the Mountain Thunder or something.
Mountain Thunder.
All right, hang on. This is
Mellow Yellow.
This is the episode. This is the part of the episode where Zach Googles what to buy off. What did I try to buy last time off of Amazon? Oh, the 1,000-foot Cat 6 cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's coming next week, Brian. I got it.
Yeah, sure.
What is that? What? Okay, I have to literally show you this. Like, my actual... What the fuck is Dr. Dazzle? What is that? What? Okay, Twist Up. That's a classic one. Wait, hang on. Twist Up's only 88 cents? What a deal. For some liquid? Oh, hell yeah. It's a cent for a fluid ounce, Brian. How could you get better than that?
Right?
Oh, my God. I'm adding that to my cart. I'm just kidding. I'm not. What the fuck is Mr. Q? Oh, my God. So there's a beverage called Mr. Q, like the letter Q, and then Cumber.
Oh my.
Mr. Cucumber. Stop. Yeah, see there's the Mountain Lightning that we got. We're not going to look at that one because that one says a drug. That one's a Mountain Holler. I think that's a fake one. Okay, it's all fake ones. Squirt's a real pop. That is not off-brand.
Yeah, that's a real thing. It's actually not bad.
It is not brand. See, there's the Pibb Extra. Pibb Extra. We need some Pibb. There's the Dr. Thunder. The Sam. Okay, we're going to stop looking at pops now. Okay. See, again, with the quota. We got to meet a certain time quota. But, no. All right.
So if we look back on our race ratings, which we pretty much already knew.
Brian doing actual podcasting, professional podcasting instead of looking at off-brand
quota.
Pop.
No.
This episode's just gonna be fills our quota. You're welcome, and it's exactly 30 minutes. So we got to get this done in under a minute, Brian. Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, yeah. So looking back at the race ratings, obviously Bristol was our favorite race, and it definitely deserved to be.
Oh hell yeah.
Then we had a few other races above 90. So I'm going to say that...
What was our top 5 races?
Top 5 were Bristol.
Okay, that was a good race.
Darlington.
Oh, yes. That was a fantastic race.
Daytona.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The cutoff. I was about to say,
the late
500? We thought was that... Oh, okay, that was a pretty good race. That was... Oh yeah, that was a big crash at the end.
Yeah.
Blaney won. Yeah, I remember that.
Playoff Charlotte.
Oh, the Roval with
Yeah.
the Elliott and Harvick beat. So
Yep.
so Chase and Kevin got 2 spots out of the top 4.
And Talladega.
Ooh, I did like the Dega race with was it the Logano flip or Bubba win?
It was the early one.
Oh, it's the Logano flip.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. What was our... Okay, I know you're on the spot, but what was our worst 5?
Our worst 5 were...
I know you didn't have it, Mike, so I'll just ramble.
No, I have it here. So Las Vegas.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, we had 32.5.
Oh, playoff? Was it playoff?
Playoff.
Oh,
Las
okay.
Vegas. Yeah.
I was like, I thought the spring we rated good. I was like...
Second is Indy Road.
Oh, yeah, that's when the curbs came up.
That kind of deserved it.
Yeah, and I was irrationally mad for the curbs.
And then the last 2 are tied. Playoff Texas, and the Daytona 500.
Wait, that's only 4. We got 5?
Oh, we do have 5. Yeah, so the 5th would be... there was a 50 in here. Michigan.
Okay,
so it's understandable.
Okay, so boring ass Michigan where nothing happened. I think we're the only ones that really hated that race, to be honest, because a lot of people I saw liked it. I'm like, why? And then what else? What was the other? Playoff Texas. To be honest, we're gonna be totally honest here. I watched the extended highlights and I was still bored. I did not actually watch the race. So I saw the big crash. I'm like, okay, and that's all I watched for Texas. So that's why our analysis was lacking. If we have any analysis, our 5-minute analysis went to 1-minute analysis because we watched extended highlights. Because I'm sorry, Texas just sucks, and I'm not gonna watch a Texas race.
Well, that was actually our episode with a guest.
Yeah,
so
we
did have something on it.
Well, yeah, because he actually watched the race and did all notes, which I feel bad for him, but like he did our jobs better than we did. So maybe he should be maybe we should change the show to Racing Bro NASCAR podcast and just be him. Shout out to Robert. But and then the 500, yeah, the big crash in lap 12, and then they did nothing, and then they crashed at 10, and McDowell won. Even though I called the McDowell win with my 7th dark horse that I picked. But hey, I really, really toot my own horn right there. But
it was the first one of the season.
There you go. Do you have any favorite memories of the year? Anything stand out to you? Any least favorite memories? Like you're like, ugh, boof. What do you got?
Favorite memories.
You don't have.
Well,
it's not like a number you have to come up with. You just just comes up, whatever. If you think of one, cool.
Favorite memories would honestly be Alex Bowman winning a few times this year.
Oh wow! Look at you, fucking Homer.
48 car, man, you got to rep.
I do gotta say one of my favorite memories is Bowman dumping Hamlin. Yes, we are homers over here, but it was awesome.
And honestly, probably my favorite win from him would be Dover.
Dover.
Yeah, that was a pretty good race from him, and it was really fun to watch him win that specifically.
Yeah. Do you got any un-homer picks, dude? Come on, we can't pump the Alex Bowman show. It's called Racing Bros, not Alex Bros.
Yeah, actually, seeing Christopher Bell win Daytona Road Course.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That was really interesting.
It's a different one. I mean, I know why you also picked it. Why
is that?
Because he beat Logano.
Well,
you biased man, and I love you for it. But oh no, I gotta do a Windows update. All right, bye guys. We're gonna do. No, I'm just kidding. What if I was like that? Like I'm like, oh, Windows update. We have to stop everything. But no, I'm just gonna ignore it until it makes me do it. So then my computer's going to run slow and like shit. So good job, me. But my favorite memory, some favorite memories I have this year. G22, can I remember? Bowman dumping Hamlin shit. It was pretty funny. What's another one? Bubba winning Talladega. That was pretty cool. I do like Bubba. That was cool to see. Some history being made. The dirt race at Bristol. That whole
I was gonna bring that up too. That was
just cool. Like, we got to see those cars on dirt. Like,
right.
You told me 5 years. Yeah, the Cup Series is gonna be on dirt at Bristol. I would have been like, what type of drugs are you taking, and can I have some? But I would not, because you say no to drugs. Dare kids.
Dare kids.
But yeah, that was some good memories.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. It was all around a pretty good year.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean,
you're gonna have bad races.
There's gonna be like
kind of happens.
There's gonna be like 7 I think of when we're talking afterwards. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, right.
What's a bad memory? The one that gives me PTSD is the curbs coming up on Indy Road course.
Oh my goodness,
dude! I want to slam my head because of that.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. Oh my! It was hilarious as shit, but it was clown. That's some clown shit right there.
And straight line racing.
Straight line racing.
All one line, all train. We had a lot of that this year.
Well, yeah. Because this is the type of racing fans want to see from our president, Steve Phelps.
Hey, if it is, then that's just not my cup of tea, man.
Again,
but I'll still watch it.
I'm gonna give next gen a chance. We'll see.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of cars I feel like are gonna be torn up the first couple of races, so we're gonna see a lot of wrecks, so a lot of restarts. So there'll probably be a plus. But least favorite memory. What's another one? Oh, when no, when remember like 3 or 4 races in a row, like NASCAR fishing just sucked. Like they made like one. We're like, what the like it was NFL shit, like NFL ref, like kind of. If you watch the NFL, you know how trash the refs are. That's how the officiating was in NASCAR for like 3 or 4 straight weeks. We're like, why? And then the New Hampshire when it was raining and they didn't stop the race.
The rainbow caution. Well, we had the rainbow caution. Yeah,
the rainbow caution, and then like they're like, ooh, like see, they're precautious on that, and then we should have been like, okay, you do good in that. But then they're like, oh, we got clowned for this. So then we had Coda, which was terrible, and then we had there's another one, and then there's New Hampshire. I can't remember the middle one, but New Hampshire when it was raining, and we're like, you should call the race. Everyone's seen it was raining. And they didn't call it, and Kyle Busch wrecked. Truex got on the wall a little bit. I think Hamlin got into Bowman a little bit. Wow, that was retaliation right there, even though he just spun. But, yeah, it was all that. So, that was not my favorite moment. Can't think of any more that comes on the top of my head. So, now I guess we move on to some, unless you had another one. Do you have any more, Brian, or... You're just like,
well, I was going to say that our season average, so this is, I took every average rating and I put it into an average for the entire season.
My man's doing math out here.
We ended up with a 71 overall for the year.
So,
which in our eyes is a good year.
Yeah, so it was a pretty good, I mean, there's a lot of outstanding races. I mean, there's some duds during it. But, good season. We'll take that.
Absolutely.
All right, sweet. Thanks for the stats. I didn't even ask you to do that, but cool. Now we move on to some news. So we got some rumors yesterday. So Steve Phelps did a State of the Union meeting at Phoenix for NASCAR. He does that every year before the championship race, and someone brought on the Dodge rumors, because I guess there's been a lot of Dodge rumors coming back to NASCAR. and he would not comment on it. He would not confirm or deny it. So, Dodge coming back to NASCAR, that would be sweet. That would be pretty cool to see Dodge back in NASCAR. We get the fourth OEM. I see one big team possibly moving over, and they're so we know how struggled this year SHR was, and we know kind of Tony's kind of pissed at Ford that he couldn't sign Larson, and Larson was the championship. He brought that up like 2 weeks ago still, and we know that he's been pretty pissed about it. So I could see SHR moving to Dodge, because also Tony Stewart is starting an NHRA team, and the manufacturer is supposed to be Dodge. So Tony Stewart could possibly go to Dodge. That's pretty weird to say out loud, like Tony Stewart to Dodge, but yeah, I could see that big that team moving over. I could see also probably Richard Petty moving over, and then since Rick Ware has an alliance with Stewart Haas, they could also get Rick Ware. So that's 3 teams. Because we say Rick Ware, but also we don't know how competitive Rick Ware is going to be with the next gen. And then especially if they get second manufacturer support, that's way higher than they would be. So you can elevate their program right there. Do you see any teams moving over to Dodge, or what teams do you think are going to move over if Dodge hypothetically came back?
That'd be, I don't know. See, I don't know as well as you or as well as anybody else would about something like this. So I don't really want to say that I have a take on it, but it would be very interesting to see which teams kind of just end the contract straight up and then move over to a completely different manufacturer. Because you think that, these guys have had an idea of what they've wanted for their cars, and pretty much they've been working with these manufacturers for a while.
Right.
And to see a completely different one come in, and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to hop onto that. It would just be, I don't know. It probably would be beneficial to some teams, maybe some underdeveloped teams. As for big name teams, it would be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, because I would say Hendrick and RCR never moving off of Chevy. Well, right. RCR kind of had some rumors in Dodge back in 2018 or so, but I still see him as Chevy. We know Penske's the Ford team now, and then Toyota, Joe Gibbs. Obviously, they're not going to switch to Dodge. But I could see actually SHR moving, maybe like a JTG, Richard Petty, obviously, what's her connection with
the
Chrysler Corporation. I don't know. Any teams can really move over. But and now we got confirmation that. So remember, about a month ago, we were talking about, Front Row Motorsports is going to sell their Chargers to 2311. Well, they backed out at the last second, and now they said they're going to have a 2-car team in the series, so something has changed. They announced their driver lineup for 2022, except for who's replacing Alfredo. So Anthony Alfredo is out. I don't think he's just quite ready for the Cup Series. I know 38's not a huge name, but he was in a lot of wrecks. He's a rookie, but still, he's in a lot of wrecks. And then they got McDowell, the Daytona 500 champ, back. So, we'll see who moves over there. We got to assume someone with funding, maybe a Quinn Howe. Their team's just shut down. He gets.
Could also be a Matty D.
Well, I think it has to be someone with funding, and fortunately, DiBenedetto brings no funding as of now. Newman as well doesn't bring any funding, and then I would say Priest brings a little bit, but not much. I wouldn't think for a Cup Series. So I think someone's got a big pocketbook full of money, and they brought that to
Ty Dillon.
Well, Ty Dillon's running for GMS.
No, just
So
you said big pocketbook.
But all right, so that's enough of the news. That's enough of this podcast. So thank you guys for listening, watching, doing whatever while you hear what we have to say, our opinions. You've listened to us for 39 straight weeks, and this is the final one for the season. So thank you guys for the amazing season. We will be back shortly. We'll let you know when. Just keep an eye on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Also, thank you to Instacart for partnering us with this year. You guys can check out Instacart. You know what Instacart is. Grocery delivery app. Makes your life easy. You can continue doing the things you want while someone gets your groceries for you and delivers it to your home. Sign up today. Sign up with using our link. Get your first delivery free. So that's cool. So please sign up. But thank you guys again. Brian, thank you for coming along for this journey. I know it was kind of on a whim back in February, but appreciate you coming every week.
Thanks for the amazing year.
Thanks for your dedication, time put into this podcast. I know sometimes, it's not the easiest or more like kind of sometimes in the way because we are just doing this podcast for mostly fun for other people as well. But I just want to thank you for showing up every Wednesday, no matter how you felt or anything. I appreciate you, man. Couldn't have got this far without you. So
as I said the whole year, man, thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah, you're a vital part of the show. It's half mine, half yours. Just we built this together, and now we gotta build upon our stuff. So this Sprite is all to you guys. It's all drank now. So thank you guys for this year. We did reach our quota, so that's cool. I'm just kidding about the quota, but again, we're gonna sign off here. Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you guys soon. I don't know how soon, but me and Brian are gonna get some steak dinners here together and celebrate. So see you guys then.
Later.